Wapakoneta Redskins will try to move to 8-0, but they face a tough test here tonight in a Western Buckeye League matchup against the OG Titans. It's high school football, and it's yours next on Game Face Ohio. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ottawa Glandorf High School, where tonight the OG Titans will take on the Wapakoneta Redskins. The Redskins come in 7-0, 6-0 inside conference play, and they will face off against a 6-1 Ottawa Glandorf team that is 5-1 inside the conference. I'm Dan Hearn along with Paul Sadler, and we welcome you into the Minster Bank pregame show. And welcome back into Ottawa. And, Paul, tonight a big matchup when you look at the overall landscape of the Western Buckeye League.
This is the marquee matchup in the Western Buckeye League and really hit in the area as well, as the OG Titans are the only team left outside of Wapak that controls their own destiny in the Western Buckeye League. With a win tonight, the Titans could tie the Redskins at the top of the WBL, and with a win, the Redskins would earn a firm grasp on the Western Buckeye League. As the defending champs last year, they're looking to be the first back-to-back WBL champion in Wapak history.
And, Paul, when you look at the sidelines for these two teams, a couple of very experienced head coaches.
You do. You have Ken Schreiner in his 20th year here at Ottawa Glandorf. He's taken this team to the playoffs 11 times in his 20 years. But the last 2 years, they've missed the playoffs after having a run of 8 straight consecutive years in the playoffs, and including last year, very disappointing. Went 8-2 and finished 9th in the region and just missed out. Over to Travis Moyer. Only in his second year at Wapak, but his 15th year overall as coach. Very successful, currently riding a 75-game winning streak, going back to Bucyrus Winford, as well as first 2 years here at Wapak. And Wapak themselves have won 23 consecutive Western Buckeye League games.
The Redskins, as we mentioned, come in 7-0. They've won all of their conference games, all 6 of them. They're facing off against this 6-1 OG Titans team they are 5-1. Their only loss coming in, I believe, week 4 to Salina. And so what are the things that you're looking to see in tonight's matchup?
Well, with the two top teams in the Western Buckeye League, you have all kinds of things, including this features the top 2 defenses in the Western Buckeye League in terms of points given up. Walpak's the top offense in the Western Buckeye League in terms of points given up. Both these teams rank at the top in terms of yardage and the other components. But what I'm looking forward to the most is OG is the top-rated passing offense in the Western Buckeye League, where led by Zach Utterbrink, averaging nearly 200 yards passing, and he really spreads the wealth with 5 receivers with 10 or more catches. And they're going against one of the top defenses in the Western Buckeye League, where Wapak ranks second against the pass and overall in total yardage.
When we break it down to very specific players that we want to look at, Paul, who are we looking at for Wapak?
For Wapak, we're going to look at Corey Crawford. Corey is a very experienced two-way player for Wapak. He holds down the defensive end position on their stout defense, where he was a WBL first-teamer last year. The 6'4", 270-pound senior also plays on the tackle on offense, where he is a key cog to their running game.
And for OG, Connor Neese kind of keys their offense.
Yeah, Connor Neese, again, is a two-way player, returning player. He plays linebacker on defense. He returns the ball in special teams, and as you mentioned, he's also a running back. The junior, 6 foot, 170 pounds, is currently 4th in the Western Buckeye League in all-purpose yardage and 6th in rushing.
And let's go ahead and take a look at the keys to the game, and we'll start with the Wapakoneta Redskins. Or actually, we'll just look at it as a whole.
Yeah, we're going to look at just the keys to the game. And the first of all is just turnovers. Both these teams are actually the top two teams in terms of turnover ratio, but they have it two totally different ways. OG is plus 13, and they have forced 21 turnovers on the season. Wapak is plus 8, but they look at it from taking care of the ball. They've only turned the ball over twice offensively on the year. Winning the line of scrimmage is going to be really key for both these teams to get their running games going. Specifically, that's what Wapak really excels in. And to do that, winning first down for both teams is going to be very important.
Well, these two teams have played 5-5 over the last 10 matchups. Recently, it has leaned toward the Redskins.
And the Redskins have won 4 of the last 5 matchups. In fact, they've also won the last 2 matchups here in Ottawa. The last Titan victory in this series was back in 2009 here at home.
Well, get into a comfortable chair. This should be a good game tonight. The Redskins and the Titans. And it's yours next on Game Face Ohio.
TSC can save you money. How? TSC can save you money with Emerge.
What's Emerge?
The Emerge bundle plan. TSC will merge your phone, cable TV, and internet into one nice, neat package to save you money.
How much money?
A boatload. The Emerge bundle plan, only from TSC.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Yeah, welcome back to Titans Stadium here in Ottawa, where tonight the Ottawa Glandorf Titans playing host to the Wapakoneta Redskins in a matchup between the 1 and 2 team in the Western Buckeye League. So, Paul, we mentioned it before, a key matchup to determine the winner of the Western Buckeye League. How much of a factor will the wind be tonight?
Well, I tell you what, the fall has really arrived here in the last couple days. Temperatures are going to drop into the 40s for this game, and the wind's a little bit stronger than we really thought it was going to be tonight. It's blowing from right to left as you watch here on TV, and we'll see how it affects, primarily the passing game of the Titans.
Tristan Ball will tee it up to kick it away. The OG Titans won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. So we will see the Redskin offense first.
And first of all, you're going to see Cameron Locke deep, the big-time playmaker, although they're going to kick away from him.
They kick it short. It's fielded at the 21-yard line, and the Redskins will start near the 30 on their opening possession.
So the Redskin offense, we're going to see them first. Again, they rank first in the Western Buckeye League in total points, averaging 35 points a game. They're 5th in total offense from a yardage standpoint, 4th in the rush, but only 9th in the passing game. So Aaron Huffman is the senior starting quarterback, currently passing at 51.5% and has 5 touchdowns and only 1 interception on the season.
Couple of backs behind him as he is under center, puts a man in motion. That's Childs. 2 receivers out here to his right, and the handoff will go to Cameron Locke, who brings it to the near side of the field. He gets across the 35 and escapes to the near sideline. He's across midfield, and he is off to the races. 5. Touchdown, Cameron Locke.
And I tell you what, if you don't get him down when you have a hand on him, you're not going to catch up to him. Cameron Locke, one of the most explosive players in the area. Now that is his 20th touchdown on the season, which leads the Western Buckeye League, and his 16th on the ground in an explosive first play for the Redskins.
So a 1-play drive, 71 yards. And Cameron Locke, who every game this season has busted one just like that, didn't waste any time here tonight. Meyer is on to attempt the extra point to kick his up. And it is good. So with 11:41 remaining here in the first quarter of play, the Redskins strike quickly and take a 7-0 lead. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Well, the Wapakoneta Redskins took the opening kickoff and used one play to get into the end zone, a 71-yard run. That's unofficial, but Cameron Locke shows his explosiveness right away.
Yeah, and that's what, as you mentioned, he does all year. He gets a little bit of space, and he is really tough to bring down, and if he's got a clearing, you're just not going to catch him with his speed. So a very inauspicious start for Ken Schreiner's Titan team.
Meyer has it teed up. And we'll put a foot into it. Line drive kick that'll hit at the 18-yard line. Muffed a little bit, but then picked up back across the 20 to the 21 and then back up to the 25.
Is that Jake Schreiner?
I believe it was Schreiner, yeah. So decent starting field position for the Titans at the 26-yard line as they get their first touch.
And they're led out on the field by Zach Utterbrink, who last year was the second-team Western Buckeye League quarterback. He leads the Western Buckeye League in passing with over 1,300 yards passing. He's only completing 48% of his passes, however, this year, compared to last year where he's close to 54%.
He will start off the game in the shotgun, and he hands it off. And it'll be Neese to the right side up to the 30-yard line, a gain of about 4.
And we mentioned him as our player to watch, Connor Neese, the sole running back in this pistol offense for the Titans. The junior is 6th in the Western Buckeye League with 737 yards rushing, averaging just over 100 yards a game rushing. Wide receiver, a couple returning starters with 33, Bryce Utrip, and 24, Logan McDermott. As mentioned, Utterbrink really passes the ball around. He has 5 receivers with 10 or more catches on the season.
He has 3 receivers to choose from here on a 2nd down and 7. And he'll hand it off again to Neese, who goes across the 30 to the 31, a gain of a couple more.
They're really looking to try to establish a running game behind the most experienced part of this team, which is the offensive line, where they return 4 starters from last year. Carmen at left guard, Aaron Riemann at center, Schmitz and Trevor Riemann complete the 4 returning starters, and then Alex Hain, not to leave him out, at 6'3", 255 as the sole returning, or new starter, excuse me.
Pistol formation again here on 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. They lob it out to the near side. A flag comes down as Neese makes the catch, and he'll go down the near sideline and be knocked out of bounds near the 45-yard line. And we'll see what the flag is about.
Well, if the play stands, it's a first down, and that was a really nice little flare pass out there. And there was an angle to take down Neese, but Neese with a nice little inside-out cut, able to go up the sidelines and pick up the first down yardage.
And it looks like it was a sideline warning against Wapakoneta, so the play will stand, and it'll be a first down for OG to the 44-yard line.
So despite giving up 7 points very, very quickly, OG able to respond with a big 3rd down conversion to move the ball up to the 44-yard line.
3 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the near side left. For Utterbrink out of the pistol. High snap, but he corrals it and hands it off to Neese. He takes some contact to the line of scrimmage, and he's down the near sideline across the 40 to the 30, and he'll be wrestled out of bounds or near the sideline at the 25-yard line. Excuse me, the 15.
Yeah, touchdown-saving tackle there by Miracle and Huffman, as Neese with a nice little spin move to be able to pick up big yardage for the Titans. And they are in the red zone and looking to put some points up on the board themselves.
So they will spot that one at the 15-yard line, and a big play there for Connor Neese. He has been the majority of the offense here on the first possession of the night for OG. Otterbrink joined in the backfield by Utrip and Neese, and Utrip will take the handoff. He goes up the middle and down to the 11-yard line and pick up a 4 yards.
Yeah, Utrip kind of the short yardage back that'll get in there. He only has 17 rushes on the year, but he has 5 touchdowns. So he's an experienced player. We'll see him as a two-way player, as the Titans do feature 3 two-way players with Connor Neese, Bryce Utrip, and Logan McDermott.
So 4 yards on a first down brings up the 2nd down and 6.
And this Wapak defense, as we mentioned, led up front by Corey Crawford, look to see if they can get a stop right here off of an impressive-looking drive so far for the Titans.
They flipped Utrip over and put him on the right hip, and the handoff goes to Neese, who is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain there, and a 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Keelan Miracle combine on that tackle to get a stop. Again, a 3rd down coming up, and a 3rd and about 5, which is what they picked up right to start this possession. It is worth noting that Tristan Ball, who's the place kicker, is 1 for 2 on field goal attempts, so that is a possibility when you're this close. But the Titans obviously looking to try to get the ball in the end zone.
They move Utrip out of the backfield. He's in the slot on the near side, one of 4 receivers out there for Utrip, for Otterbrink, who fires it toward the goal line, and it is going to be caught for a touchdown. The defender falling down behind him, and OG responds with a touchdown of their own.
Yeah, and Otterbrink didn't throw the ball a whole lot that possession, but when he did, he was very efficient, had the one flare for the big pass right there earlier in the possession for the 3rd down conversion. This time they faked that flare pass and ended up opening up for the touchdown there. Jay Garcia, only his 2nd touchdown of the season, and Zach Otterbrink's 10th touchdown passing of the season.
So Ball is on to attempt the extra point. The hold is down, the kick is up, and that one is good. So at the 8:30 mark here in the first quarter, both teams taking their first possession down the field and into the end zone. We're tied at 7. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Well, the OG Titans went 7 plays and 74 yards to even things up on a 10-yard touchdown pass from Otterbrink to Garcia. And, Paul, a pretty impressive drive for the OG Titans.
And a big answer, too. You know, we saw the game 2 weeks ago between Wapak and Salina, where Wapak jumped off right away, and Salina could not find a way until the second half. By then, it was too late. So in this big-time matchup, it was really important for the Titans to be able to stand up and show that they can take the ball down the field, too.
And this one hits and rolls down to the 5-yard line. A little confusion by the return men there for the Redskins on who was going to return that one, and they'll end up short of the 20-yard line to start this possession. And I think that was Childs and
that's Maddox
Lyles, right.
Ended up picking up. So, you know, real interesting that these 2 defenses are the top 2 coming in. Combined, they're only giving up 19 points a game combined, and 14 points are already scored less than 4 minutes into the game.
So the Redskins bring their offense out for their second opportunity of the night. Huffman out of the shotgun. He is back to pass, fires it over to the near side, and it's caught. And shaking off one man up to the 30-yard line, and a nice gain for Ethan Good.
Ethan Good's 10th catch of the year. Nice looking slant pass that Huffman kind of laid in there. Nice kind of mix-up, too. It would have been really easy to go back to the ground game. Wapak, again, only coming into the game, averaging 80 yards passing coming in, 9th in the Western Buckeye League. And Huffman's very, very capable of passing the ball, and he's got some weapons there, including they'll split out Cameron Locke and kind of line him up a little bit everywhere.
They have Cockrell in the backfield along with Cameron Locke. 2 receivers out to the left side, and it'll be Cockrell off the left side for a couple. Not much there as he runs into a pile at the line of scrimmage.
I found it really interesting right there. They ended up doing the same formation, including trading the tight end as they did the very first play of the game, but this time they decided not to give the ball to Cameron Locke. But kind of an adjustment was Logan Bowball for Ottawa Glandorf. Really made no attempt on going after the ball carrier. He looked like he was trying to go after Cameron Locke.
Huffman will again work out of the shotgun with a receiver to each side. It'll be Locke on the handoff. He's up across the 30 to the 35-yard line, so a gain of a couple on that play.
Yeah, much better job right there. Jack Cavanaugh, the leading tackler for OG, 8th in the Western Buckeye League, able to make the play there. And this gives Wapak their first third down of the night.
Yeah, we didn't talk about their first second down of the night. They've only had one of those two. So a 3rd down and 5 now. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the near side right. And Huffman again out of the shotgun with Cameron Locke back there with him. And movement on the offensive line and a miscue there. I believe that was born with the early movement, but
and again, Wapak usually doesn't hurt themselves. They are 2nd in the Western Buckeye League in least penalized, being the least penalized, and OG is the 3rd least penalized team. Although they did have that one game where they had 9 false starts against themselves.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when they do hurt themselves, it seems to be in situations like this. But a 3rd down and 10 now, so that changes the trajectory here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Huffman takes the snap, looking, and now he looks like he's going to pull it down. Now still looking to throw. And he lobs it forward, incomplete. And he was just trying to avoid the sack for a loss there.
Yeah, and that really should have been a flag for illegal touching. John Bourne, the center, was actually targeted on that play. He put his hands out as a natural reaction to try to catch it, realized, hey, I'm not allowed to catch it.
There is some discussion by the officials over there on the far side, but they're going to just call it 4th down. So
a big response by the Titans defense after giving up that 70-yard touchdown run on the first possession to Cameron Locke, able to now get a 3 and out.
Interesting, too, on the second possession by the Redskins, Locke only touched the ball 1 time. Locke will kick it away here. Line drive punt that hits at the 44-yard line and rolls down into OG territory to the 27-yard line. So that's where OG will start their next possession.
So we'll see what the Titans kind of draw up here after a successful first offensive drive for them. Defensively for Wapak, they're not used to giving up a lot of points. In fact, the most points they've given up all season has been 14, which they've done a couple times, averaging only giving up just under 8 points a game.
Yeah, they're already at their average. Unterbrink drops the initial snap, but scoops it up and makes some positive yards out of it. Gets across the 30 to the 31. So a gain of about 4.
Yeah, nice recovery there by Unterbrink. He was really close to having his knee down when he picked up the ball, which would have made, in the high school rules, the ball dead right there. But instead of a loss, able to pick up about 4 yards.
So 2nd down and 6 coming up now for the Titans. Titans come in averaging almost 29 points a game, so they can put some points on the board. And the handoff. And the short yards there as Utrip picks up a couple.
So this brings up a 3rd and manageable for the Titans. Again, against this defense that is pretty stingy and the Titans defense was able to answer with a 3-and-out after giving up a touchdown. We'll see if the Redskins are able to return that in kind.
5 minutes to play here in the first quarter, and we're knotted at 7. OG converted on a couple of third downs on their first possession. 2 receivers out here to the near side, 1 to the far side. And Underbrink will run the option to the far side. Pitches to Neese, and he is going to be stopped short of the first down as he's knocked off his feet at the 35.
And I'm a little bit surprised at the Titans how committed they are to the run game so far. Coming in, being the leading passing team in the Western Buckeye League, the win that you do have is at your back. But only 2 passing attempts so far for the game, and mostly staying on the ground where they only rank as the 7th most prolific rushing team in the Western Buckeye League.
Well, Cameron Locke is back to return the kick. He's returned 2 punts for touchdowns already this year and leads the Western Buckeye League in return average. And this kick will be fielded by Locke near the 21-yard line. Up the far side, now cuts it to the middle, and he's knocked off his feet as a flag comes down at the 30-yard line.
And I tell you what, not too many people get solid hits on Cameron Locke, but that time Robert Recker, the sophomore, had a solid shot on him.
We'll see what the flag is about, but they spot the ball right now at the 30-yard line.
Well, the Redskins are marching back, so at least it appears it's going to be on them, which it tends to be some sort of illegal block in this type of situation on punt returns.
And they're marching it back from the 27-yard line. So we'll spot that one now at the 17. We're starting, well, I was going to say we're starting field position of the night for the Redskins, but they started this at the 16-yard line on their last possession.
Pretty darn close. Either way, it's poor field position.
Yep. 2 backs behind Huffman under center. He has a pair of receivers out to his right. And it will be Cockrell up the middle. He lost the ball, and that one looks like it's going to be covered by OG, and it is at the 24-yard line.
Well, disaster for the Redskins. We talked about at the opening part of the show that they do such a good job of taking care of the ball. That's only their 3rd turnover of the year offensively, and I believe that was Jack Cavanaugh jumped on that for the Titans as they will improve their turnover ratio that leads the league as it is. And the first really big break of the game goes the way of the Titans.
Well, Underbrink will come onto the sidelines, come off from the sidelines now, and his offense set up shop at the 25-yard line of the Redskins. So a big opportunity now for OG. Back to pass, looking, fires down the right sideline, but he well over his intended receiver. I think he was looking for Wyraw on the far sideline and incomplete.
Yeah, Wyraw, again, one of, I think he's the 3rd leading receiver here for OG. Was going to run a little bit of a go pattern with a hesitation move in there, but Drew Voll was not buying any of it and had excellent coverage.
So a 2nd down and 10 now.
Yeah, the first misfire of the game for Underbrink, who's now 2 for 3 passing.
He'll have 3 receivers to his left and 1 to his right. He works out of the shotgun, and Neese on his right hip. And he will follow Neese off the right side and will be brought down after a sizable pickup. Looks like he got about 7 yards on that carry, Paul.
And really nice play there by Dylan Keel, who's moved into being the leading tackler from his weak linebacker spot for Wapak. It looked like Underbrink had some space out there, but he was able to reach out and take him down.
And it looks like one of the Titans is slow to get up after that play. So we will take a timeout here while they attend to the injured player. 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Tied at 7. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. And Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
We are state of the art.
We are professional.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. We are service you can trust.
We are here for you.
With custom fabrication, a variety of roofing options, and exceptional roofing knowledge and expertise, Frost Roofing is committed to providing top-notch quality service on every project. To learn more, visit us online at frost-roofing.com and follow us on social media.
4 minutes to play here in the first quarter, and both of the injured Titans able to walk off under their own power. However, Paul, Aaron Ryman is the starting center for the Titans.
And he was the one that kind of walked off the most gingerly. The other one that was injured was 51, Brian Karkoff. Not too often you see 2/5 of your offensive line kind of go out in the same play. So it looks like we're going to have a new center, and you have to be able to watch the exchanges in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Although you're running the pistol, I guess the feel isn't quite the same.
Right. But a 3rd down and 3. And a good snap. Underbrink fires it out. Caught on the left side. And hit and dropped immediately after making the catch is Jay Garcia. And I missed the number on that.
And they're going to lose some yardage on that. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 5, which, given the field position, you're still going to go for it. But when you had a 3rd and 3 in this situation, you got to normally expect that you're going to gain some yardage to set up, a 4th and shorter at least. But instead, there's going to be a 4th and 5.
So a 2-yard loss on the play. Was that Elsass that made the tackle? I missed the number on the Redskin that brought him down, but it was a quick reaction by the Redskin defense. And so 4th and 5, and OG lines up for it. Underbrink fires it over the middle. It's Garcia again. He is caught and wrestled down, and it looks like he has enough for the 1st down.
And that was the exact same play that they scored the touchdown on, where they faked the flare pattern, instead hit the little skinny post. This time that's good enough for the 1st down. So 4th down conversion for the Titans keeps this drive alive.
That'll put the ball at the Redskins' 7-yard line. So the Redskins defense back up against the wall here.
And mentioned that the new center is number 50, senior Brandon Weiss.
Low snap there, but Underbrink scoops it. He's going to be hit in the backfield and brought down. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but not much.
But it appears the ball come out.
I didn't see that, but there are Redskins motioning that it's their ball, and no reaction from the officials, however.
Yeah, they're going to say he's down, but I believe that ball did come out. But they must have called him down. Marcus South, I believe, kind of knifed in there to be able to take down Underbrink.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 7, so no gain on the 1st down play. One receiver wide to the near side. That's Garcia. He caught the touchdown pass on the opening drive for the Titans, and Underbrink rolls out that way, fires toward him. It goes off his hand at the goal line, incomplete.
So almost an impressive one-handed catch right there by Garcia, but just let it just a little bit too much on that one.
Didn't go to the Barnage School of touchdown catches, I guess. Was Barnage in the Browns game last week? That caught it with
Gary
his feet?
Barnage, yeah. Well, he kind of used his leg and backside to be able to catch that.
So a 3rd down and 7 now, or 3rd down and goal from the 7. Underbrink rolls out to the right, fires it toward the end zone, and incomplete on the far side.
And our player to watch right there, Corey Crawford, comes up big, the big 6'4" guy, able to get his paws up there and knock it down. And Coach Schreiner not wasting any time with the ball right in the middle of the field. Looks like he's going to try to get some points on the board with the field goal.
Tristan Ball on to attempt the field goal. And this would be a 24-yarder, I believe.
And that would match his long of the year.
Hold is down. The kick by Ball is up. And it is good. And so for the Titans, they get 3 out of the turnover. But if you're the Redskins and you turn the ball over at your own 25, you got to be kind of happy with that result. The Redskins trail now 10-7 here in Ottawa, and we'll be back with more. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Come out to Astro Lanes in the Loft Bar and Grill, where you can find great food, good drinks, fun games, and of course, bowling. Astro Lanes, a great place to spend some spare time.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter of play. The Titans taking the lead on a 24-yard field goal by Tristan Ball. And Neese kicks it away. It'll be fielded by Locke. He's back across the 30 and upended at the 35-yard line. 6 plays, 18 yards, and a 24-yard field goal by Tristan Ball gives the Titans the lead. And that was set up by a fumble by the Redskins at the 25-yard line. So this is their 4th possession of the night. They started out on their first possession with a long touchdown run by Cameron Locke, but their next 2 possessions have ended in a punt and a fumble.
And again, that fumble is very uncharacteristic for Coach Moyer's Wapakoneta Redskins. They've kind of gotten undefeated by not really hurting themselves.
Here is Locke coming to the near side. He's going to pick up 6 yards across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And the Titans lucky that they were able to stop him there.
Yeah, Kyle Verhoff and Jake Garcia just kind of closed the door just quickly enough to be able to capture the dangerous Locke.
2nd down and 3 now coming up for the Redskins. OG's defense against the run, 7th in the Western Buckeye League, so that does favor the Redskins. Here is Cockrell, and he's going to fight his way up for a first down across midfield to the 49-yard line of OG. So Cockrell, with his first carry since the fumble,
They kind of redeemed himself.
Down,
kind of redeemed himself there a little bit. And you always like to see coaches give a player that put the ball on the ground kind of a quick chance to make up for, and he did indeed by moving the chains.
Closing in on a minute to play here in the first quarter. Ethan Good wide to the far side left. He'll have Miracle in a slot inside of him. And a whistle and a timeout going to be taken by the Redskins with just 59 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 10-7 in favor of OG. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
The Wapakoneta Daily News, bringing you local news and more since 1905. With subscriptions starting at just 35 cents a day, the Wapakoneta Daily News is Wapak's source for timely local coverage of news, sports, classifieds, entertainment, and more. The Wapakoneta Daily News. Subscribe online today.
For over 100 years, the Stolly Insurance Team has been looking out for you.
We have access to major insurance companies all over the country. And together, we can customize an insurance program that will offer you the best coverage for the best premiums.
Let us look out for you. Give us a call for a personalized proposal today.
Proudly featuring Motorist Insurance, Stolly Insurance in Lima, Wapak, Salina, and Lakeview. Representing Motorist Insurance Group and other fine insurance companies. Stolly Insurance.
So the Redskins calling a timeout on a 1st down and 10 from the OG 49-yard line. And Paul, if you're Coach Moyer, what are you dialing up right here?
Just got to stay the course. You're more of a big play team, but, you have shown that you can kind of get chunks of yardage on the ground as well, so kind of stay at it. This is the same type of formation where they ran Locke off tackle. We'll see if they run it again.
Here is Locke. He goes to the left this time. And he'll pick up a couple as he gets up to the 47-yard line.
Really good team defense right there. Kavanaugh is going to get the credit for the tackle, but it was really the penetration up top. You had two Titans that were able to kind of disrupt that play and force him to cut back much earlier than he would have liked.
First time all season, Paul, that these guys are going to have to deal with the cold a little bit. This is, and probably that a factor maybe in that fumble that we saw earlier.
It very well may be. That's something that if it's not cold the week that you practice, it's tough to really react to the first time you're underneath game situations. But a lot of times you kind of work your way through that after about the first quarter.
And Locke with the ball again up to the 45-yard line. So a gain of a couple on second down. It'll bring up a third down and around 5 yards to go. And that will likely be the final play of the first quarter. So after one quarter of play here at Titan Stadium, it's the OG Titans 10 and the Redskins 7. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
TSC can save you money. How? TSC can save you money with Emerge.
What's Emerge?
The Emerge bundle plan. TSC will merge your phone, cable TV, and internet into one nice, neat package to save you money.
How much money?
A boatload. The Emerge bundle plan only from TSC.
TSC, give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Back here for the start of the second quarter in Ottawa. Titans with a 10-7 lead. And the Redskins with the ball in OG territory at the 49-yard line.
And the Titans kind of controlled the action outside that one big play for the Redskins. They had 17 plays in that first quarter compared to only 10 for the Redskins.
I said 49, I meant 44-yard line. And Huffman back to pass, fires it over to the near side, and it's caught by Good. The ball comes out, but it looked like Good was down. And that's what the official says on the near side. So another first down for the Redskins, and that's been a good connection so far tonight.
Yeah, Ethan Good's actually the leading receiver from wide receivers on this team for the Redskins. And Ethan Good with his second catch of the game on the slant once again, able to get the first down.
So they spot the ball at the 32-yard line. Good will swing out to the right side, and Miracle in the slot over there. Huffman under center, hands it off to Cockrell, who goes off the right side, and he's going to get down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line.
A little bit of role reversal right there. That time you had Cameron Locke working as the lead blocker for, kind of what you would normally consider the bigger guy with Cockrell.
Yeah, Jared Cockrell, 6'1", 205, and he's a senior. Huffman will be under center here now on a second down and 5. Pitch to Locke, going to the right side. He eludes one tackler, and then he'll dive forward to about the 25. So not a lot there on that play, but it could have been worse.
But Balball's penetration from the defensive end spot really disrupted the timing of that play to keep Cameron Locke from kind of reaching his peak speed.
Paul, do you have some stats from the first quarter of play?
Just from the play standpoint, and then Wapak holding an advantage with 105 of their 120 yards on the ground.
Third down and 3 coming up now. Ball at the OG 25-yard line. Here's Cameron Locke going to the right side. He's still on his feet as he falls inside the 15 and down to around the 10-yard line.
So running behind that big, strong right side, able to pick up a big third down conversion are the Redskins, and they're knocking on the door looking to potentially take this lead back.
So 1st and 10 for the Redskins as they spot that one at the 13, I believe. Yep, the 13-yard line. Here's Locke again, going to the right side. And he'll go down inside the 10. We'll say around the 8-yard line, a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, Cole Hogan and Klosterman doing a really good job kind of sealing that side in case Childs, I believe, from the tight end position.
Redskins trying to answer after a field goal by OG on their last possession. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the OG 7-yard line. Huffman will be under center. Cockrell and Locke in the backfield. And it'll be Miracle going off the right side as he came in motion and takes the handoff, a short gain there.
Again, penetration is disruptive to this offense, and Kavanaugh almost made the play for the tackle for loss, but just slowing him up allowed the Titans to make the play at the line of scrimmage to set up another 3rd down for the Redskins.
They'll say 3rd and 3. It's possible for the Redskins to get a 1st down without getting into the end zone here, but it'll be close. They have ball at the 6-yard line now. Miracle wide to the near side. He's the lone wide out on the left side. Huffman back to pass. Fires it over the middle. It's caught by Good, and he will slide into the end zone for a touchdown.
And the Redskins retake the lead on the 3rd catch of the game for Ethan Good, this time on the crossing pattern. That's his first touchdown of the year, and I believe his first varsity touchdown as well in his career. Aaron Huffman with only his 6th touchdown pass of the game, and a big one in this big matchup gives the lead back to the Wapak Redskins.
Well, the Redskins able to answer after that last scoring drive by OG, and now Meyer will be on to attempt the extra point. Hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:46 remaining in the half, the Redskins back on top, 14-10. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Well, Coach Moyer's group able to put together a 11-play, 66-yard drive to regain the lead. 6-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Huffman to Ethan Good. And, Paul, the Redskins have found something in that Huffman to Good connection tonight, because it's been three connections so far, each of them going for a 1st down or a touchdown.
Yeah, and these two are used to kind of connecting on the basketball court, although it usually goes the other way with point guard Ethan Good getting the ball to his big man Aaron Huffman. But in football, Huffman, very efficient night so far, able to find Ethan Good his favorite target of the evening.
Meyer has it teed up to kick it away, and it will be fielded at about the 1-yard line. Brought back across the 15 to the 20, still on his feet. And bouncing off tacklers all the way up to the 30-yard line, and a nice return there for Logan McDermott.
That was a really nice one, and not how you normally would see. You know, he kind of almost stopped and caught his breath a couple different times, but people weren't able to take him down. So a more physical type of a return as opposed to an explosive type of return that you would normally see on a kickoff return. So a good field position here for the Titans.
They'll start at their own 35. Four receiver set. Underbrink in the pistol. He is back to pass, getting some pressure, and he's going to go down at the 30-yard line.
Logan Ricker, the junior, maybe not as heralded as Crawford, but does a good job in the interior of the line for the Wapak, able to get the sack, the first sack of the night for the Redskins.
So a second down and 15 coming up. And, Paul, we saw Connor Neath a lot on the opening possession for OG. We have seen him less and less as the game's gone on.
Yes, you know, they are primarily a passing team first. They really came out looking to run the ball on that first possession.
And some motion in the backfield, and OG has gone backwards so far on this drive. They have not made a lot of mistakes offensively, but they give up the sack on the first play, and then a 5-yard false start penalty here backs them up to the 25-yard line, and a second down and 20 coming up.
Yeah, it's never a good time to be able to get a 5-yard penalty, but especially when you're trying to answer a score and try to retake a lead in a game with these high stakes.
3 receivers, and the man in motion across the backfield. And the handoff will go to the left side, and Neese will get about 3 up to the 28-yard line.
Well, Coach Schreiner obviously may be hearing your calls for trying to get Neese the ball a little bit more. Gives the ball carrier, but that's going to set up a 3rd and really long.
Well, if you're the Cleveland Browns on a 3rd down and 20, you want a draw play, right?
Usually a draw play that gets stuffed all the way back to the days of Eric Metcalf.
Right. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, make it 2 to the left. And Underbrink out of that pistol formation. Fires it over here to the near side where it's caught on a slant route, but dropped after a short gain.
Tyler Copeland with a big tackle. A nice open field tackle as they run in that slip screen, which had some traction on that play if he wouldn't have been able to make that tackle. Instead, it's going to bring up a 4th and 11 and a big stop for the Redskins, who are now going to get the ball back with the lead.
Right, and decent field position because Cameron Locke is back to receive this one. He's standing at his own 39-yard line.
As you mentioned, always dangerous. We've seen him with a big play before on the run, but also a danger in the return game with 2 touchdowns on the air.
That one nearly blocked as Underbrink got it away, and it'll go out of bounds on the far sideline. So the Redskins will start at the 37.
So a 33-yard punt right there, but with no return, you know, I'd take that every single time with Cameron Locke back there.
Yeah. Anytime you can keep it away from Locke, if you've got to play defense against him, that's the way to go. So just over 6 minutes to go here in half, and the Redskins now with the lead and the ball, and they move the ball efficiently on their last possession.
And they do it primarily through the ground. However, whenever you kind of start focusing too much on that, Coach Moyer will dial up the pass, and Aaron Huffman has been delivering tonight.
Here's the handoff up the middle, and Cockrell will pick up about 8 yards on that first down carry, and that'll open up the playbook here on 2nd down.
Yeah, it sure will. Your playbook is wide open on 2nd and short. And, nice kind of picking and choosing his spots right there on the little mini cutbacks by Cockrell.
One thing we haven't seen a lot of, Paul, is Utrip receiving the ball out of the backfield. We've seen him a little bit on the run play, but he's their leading receiver with over 400 yards receiving on the night, or on the season rather. He does line up in the slot regularly, though. Here's the handoff, Cameron Locke, and he stumbled a little bit coming out of the gates there, and he'll go down after a gain of a yard.
Yeah, and a new lineman that's kind of getting some work out there, sophomore Tyler Jenkins, number 73. We've been seeing him pulling a lot for Coach Moyer's Redskin offensive line as he started the year with all senior starting line, but getting a lot of guys out there. John Bourne working at center, the junior, because of an injury to Corey Thrush. Tyler Jenkins working, as I mentioned. Ryan Loudon getting a lot of reps, number 51 at guard as well.
Cockrell and Locke in the backfield. And Huffman is back to pass. He will lob it down the center of the field looking for Childs, and it is caught inside the 25, the 23-yard line.
And that was an all-go pattern, and there's some miscommunication between Jake Cockrell, the brother of Jared, running one tight end, and Case Childs, the other tight end. You're supposed to go down the two hashes, but they kind of drifted together to where it could have caused a problem. Really nice concentration by Case Childs to be able to haul that long pass in. The big, good-looking 6'4" junior with his 6th catch of the season.
And Childs has developed into his receiving end of his game has developed as the season has gone on.
You can't go wrong with tight ends number 88.
Lock up the middle. He'll pick up a few down to the 15-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. So closing in on 4 minutes to play and a half, and the Redskins would love to punch it into the end zone here because OG will have the ball to start the second half.
And you don't always know the type of game that you're going to get. Realistically, coming into this game, I thought, this could be a really low-scoring game. But right now, the defenses have come up at times. But really, I think the offenses have performed really, really well for both squads.
Jake Cockrell will check out of the game. Marcus South into the backfield for the Redskins. Ethan Good, the lone wideout on the far side of the field, and it will be Cockrell with the handoff. He picks up maybe a yard to the 14.
And Bryce Utrip, as you're kind of calling for him to play see the ball a little bit more on offense, the two-way player comes up and makes the tackle. One of their only 2 returning starters from this OG defense is Bryce Utrip, along with Noah Recker, number 59. Otherwise, there's a lot of people to replace on that 8-2 squad from last year for Coach Schreiner, and they have really stepped up admirably. As mentioned many times, that they're the top 3 category in terms of team defense.
So a 3rd down and 7 coming up now for the Redskins. 2 receivers out here to the left. Cameron Locke, one of them. He's in the slot. They'll lob it over here on the near side to set up the screen. It'll be Locke up the middle of the field. Cuts it back to the near side and dives forward. He'll land at the 1-yard line after picking up the first down.
They're running the slip screen, and Locke coming up just a little bit gingerly right there. That's something we would definitely wanted to look at. It looks like he's going to come out. But running the slip screen there on that 3rd down picks up a first down, and as it was a terrific call as all of the linemen were big-time rushing up for Huffman, and that cleared the lane for Cameron Locke to get the ball right down there at the 1-yard line.
South and Cockrell in the backfield. It'll be Cockrell left side, and he will plow his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they capitalize the screen pass of the 1-yard line into 6 more points. Jared Cockrell, that's his 5th touchdown rushing of the year. And now a double-digit lead for the Redskins.
Meyer will be on to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Huffman. And Meyer has been automatic all year on extra points. The hold is down, the kick is up. And it is good. So with 2:27 left in the half, the Redskins open up the lead 21-10. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
So the Redskins, after the fumble, have scored touchdowns on each of their next 2 possessions. The last one, a 7-play, 63-yard drive, and a 1-yard touchdown run by Jared Cockrell. And the Tristan Meyer extra point made it 21-10, and that's where we sit here as Meyer tees it up for the ensuing kickoff. So, Paul, the the wrinkles maybe in the Redskin offense have been ironed out, and they have put together a couple of nice drives.
Yeah, they have, and to put up 21 points before halftime in this environment in Ottawa is really big for the Redskins.
Neese will field this one back near the goal line. He brings it up the middle of the field to the 20, slips through one wave of tacklers, still on his feet, and he'll be knocked down as he gets to the 29-yard line.
It was really big that they kept coming in waves. Jace Copeland able to make the play there on the kickoff team. But the Titans have shown that the first initial tackler is not going to take them down in the kick return.
Now they'll actually spot that at the 28-yard line. And for OG, they opened the ball game with a touchdown on their first possession, but since then, punt, field goal, and punt. So,
well, they really derailed their last drive by getting sacked on first down, then having a penalty. So not really surprised that they're going to go back to the ground here on first down, making sure that they get a positive play on first down. As you know, Coach Schreiner said before the game, he felt that a really big key to the game was to win first down, and they definitely lost first down on their previous drive.
Right. Gain of about 5 on that first down carry. Under 2 minutes to play, though, in the half. And again, OG won the toss, and they'll get the ball to start the second half.
So if they're able to get points on the board, they can put themselves in really good position. But they need to kind of put a drive together.
Here is Neese. He'll pick up the first down and a little bit more across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Now, Paul, we talked about in their last 3 possessions, punt, field goal, punt. That field goal was set up by a fumble at the Wapakoneta 25-yard line. So, they didn't move the ball real far on that possession.
Yeah, really only one kind of put-together drive, but now Coach Schreiner going hurry up.
Unterbrink lines it down the near sideline, and it'll be incomplete. That one sailed out of bounds on him. Girding was the intended receiver, but he was well covered.
Yeah, even though not a starter, he's the 5th receiver that has 10 catches on the season so far. But actually a pretty good decision by Unterbrink. They were running a flood pattern, which had 3 levels of receivers here on the trip side, and Girding was the deep option. The other 2 were well covered. So you might as well throw it up there, and if it's incomplete, it's incomplete.
4 receivers set. Unterbrink on a 2nd down and 10. Rolls out to the left, looking downfield, and he's going to run out of bounds on the far sideline, and it looks like he's going to lose yards on that play.
Again, tremendous coverage for the Redskins with Locke out there, Huffman, Drew Vall, Maddox Lyles, and then they also have a 5th DB in there with Tyler Copeland in this passing situation.
Well, they spot it right back at the 43-yard line, so a 3rd down and 10. Two receivers to each side for Unterbrink.
And you mentioned Utrip came into the game 3rd in the Western Buckeye League in catches, and hasn't really seen anything there. But this time they're actually going to run the ball for a gain about 6, which is a decent gain, but not nearly what they need to be able to pick up the first down.
Right. He has the ball out to the 49-yard line, but as you mentioned, 4 yards short of the first down. And that will force the Titans into a punt situation.
Coach Schreiner wasting no time getting that punt team out there, but I would look for them to be very patient as the play clock's still only at 18 right now.
Mm-hmm. Under a minute to play in the half. Unterbrink is the punter.
And they'll know Coach Schreiner is the type. He could throw something tricky out there, too.
Mm-hmm. 6 seconds on the play clock as they snap this one back. And Locke will let this one go out of bounds at the 25-yard line over on the far side. So the Redskins will get one more crack with the ball with 37 seconds remaining in the half. We'll see how Coach Moyer wants to play this one. They have thrown the ball deep. A long pass down the center to Childs. And there's also always the explosive Cameron Locke back there that can break one off.
That's always a good option. You know, you're deep in their own territory. You have the lead. You don't want to do anything silly to turn it over, but I think putting the ball in 23's hands is a good idea.
And they'll do just that. Cameron Locke off the right side, and he gets a couple of yards on first down.
And the clock's ticking. Coach Moore is looking at not in a real hurry. Pretty content to be up 11 in this situation.
Mm-hmm. And they don't have to run another play here if they choose not to. So we'll see what they decide to do. And it looks like Coach Moyer is going to take it to the locker room. So we will go to the break with the Redskins on top by a score of 21-10 in a battle of the top two teams in the Western Buckeye League. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
We are state of the art.
We are professional.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. We are service you can trust.
We are here for you.
With custom fabrication, a variety of roofing options, and exceptional roofing knowledge and expertise, Frost Roofing is committed to providing top-notch quality service on every project. To learn more, visit us online at frost-roofing.com and follow us on social media.
Time here in Ottawa, and the Wapakoneta Redskins on top by a score of 21-10. They got scoring going early with the 11:41 mark in the first quarter. 71-yard run by Cameron Locke on the first play of the game offensively for the Redskins, and then the Meyer kick made it 7-0. OG answered right back on their first possession and got into the end zone at the 8:30 mark in the first quarter after a 7-play, 74-yard drive that ended with a 10-yard pass from Unterbrink to Garcia and tied things at 7 apiece. OG was able to take advantage of a fumble at the 25-yard line of the Redskins at the 2-minute mark. Tristan Ball knocked in a 24-yard field goal, ending a 6-play, 18-yard drive, and gave OG the lead 10-7. The Redskins then answered back at the start of the second quarter at the 8:46 mark. They put together an 11-play, 66-yard drive, ending with a 6-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Huffman to Ethan Good, and the Redskins retook the lead 14-10. And then with just 2:27 remaining in the half, the Redskins put together another 60-plus yard drive, this time on 7 plays, and ending with a 1-yard Jared Cockrell run and a Tristan Meyer extra point, giving the Redskins a 21-10 lead, and that's where we sit here at the break. And Paul, let's go ahead and take a look at first half statistics.
Yes, and Walpock really kind of having their way. Total offense-wise, nearly doubling up the Titans with a 229 to 125-yard advantage. And truthfully, what really stands out is that first drive, the Titans had a 74-yard drive. That means that the rest of the game so far, they've only had 51 yards against that tough Walpock defense. So looking to individual for the Titans to begin with, Zach Unterbrink 5 for 9 passing for only 39 yards and a touchdown. Connor Neese been pretty successful on the ground with 74 yards on 9 carries. That's an 8.2 yard average per run. And Jay Garcia leading the way with 3 catches for the Titans for 21 yards. Over to the Redskins, Aaron Huffman, a very impressive 5 for 6 passing for 83 yards and a touchdown, and nearly had a second one where Locke finished just short there at the 1 yard line. Locke does lead the way with 110 yards on the ground, which is just over his average, actually just very shy of his average of 115 on 11 carries and a touchdown. Cockrell has 35 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, Ethan Good has 3 catches for 33 yards and a touchdown. Case Childs has a 36-yard reception.
Well, the Redskins defense, after giving up the long touchdown drive on the opening possession for the Titans, has locked down OG for the rest of the half, and while the Redskin offense got things straightened out and took the lead 21-10 here at the break. And we'll be back with the start of the second half after this. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Come out to Astro Lanes in the Loft Bar and Grill. where you can find great food, good drinks, fun games, and of course, bowling. Astro Lanes, a great place to spend some spare time.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
Back here for the start of the second half in Ottawa, and we want to remind you that the United Way of Auglaize County reminds you that great things happen when we live united. So when you're filling out this year's pledge card, be sure to give where you live and designate Auglaize County. Redskins with the lead here at the opening of the second half, 21-10. And, Paul, we haven't talked about the playoff positioning or the rankings yet, but
yeah, we mentioned that this is a big game for Western Buckeye League, but it's also really important for the playoff aspirations of both of these teams. Currently, right now, Ottawa Glandorf is first in their region. Now, they're Division 4 in Region 12. Walpock is Division 3, and they're currently second behind Trotwood Madison in Region 10. A reminder that the top 8 make the playoffs, and there's also a couple other familiar names for Walpock in their Region 10 with Salina and St. Mary's, both currently in the playoffs if they started today.
Mm-hmm. And St. Mary's taking care of Defiance tonight.
Sets up a big Auglaize County matchup next week between these two, but a lot of work yet to be done here, especially for the Redskins, who had a really big first half with a 21-10 lead, as mentioned, and the Titans outside that first drive where they went 74 yards, not really being as effective as you would expect.
Tristan Meyer puts the boot into it, and we are underway here in the second half. And a good return for OG out across the 25 to the 28-yard line, and that was Logan McDermott with the return. And, Paul, you mentioned the matchup next week. That is our feature broadcast, St. Mary's at Wapakoneta, and we'll be there to do that ball game. Our bonus game next week puts the Salina Bulldogs over in Shawnee to take on the Indians, and you can see both of those on Game Face Ohio.
And Trent Temple with a big win last week for Salina over St. Mary's, and they look to potentially make the playoffs for the first time since 1998, which is currently the longest drought in the Western Buckeye League.
Underbrink will work out of the shotgun. He lobs it deep down the center of the field, and it is intercepted on the first play of the second half, taken away by the Redskins, who's Tyler Copeland. Takes it away at the 45-yard line.
A really ill-advised pass right there. Nice was not open at all, and it just seemed like he was going to throw that up there no matter what. And Copeland just stood underneath it and was able to make the interception. That is his second interception of the year, and Utterbrink's ninth interception thrown on the year. So the turnover battle is now even at 2. And obviously that's one of the worst ways that you could have started this second half for the Titans, who are looking at a 2-score deficit.
And the Redskins had a couple of guys in position to take that ball away. And fortunately, they were communicating with each other. They could have taken each other out of that play.
Yeah, I mean, it had to be something they talked about at halftime that they thought was going to be open, because he just threw it up there, and there was no reason. He was not even close to being open.
Cameron Locke gets low and gets across the 45 to the 48-yard line. And a pickup of 4 on first down.
Conversely, this is what Coach Moyer is just ideal situation. Able to get the ball near midfield after thwarting the first drive opportunity out for the Titans.
Redskins are coming off a 50-0 beatdown of Defiance last week. And OG coming off a 24-14 victory over Kenton.
Yeah, and these Titans, going back to last season, have actually won 9 out of their last 10 games. So, they're playing football at a real high level.
Here is Cameron Locke, who is always moving at a high level. He gets across midfield to the 45 and down to the 43-yard line of OG and picks up a first down.
Yeah, Cameron Locke, we've said him all the time, comes in being the leading scorer in the Western Buckeye League. Only 5th in rushing, which is somewhat surprising. But for someone that averages 10 yards a carry, actually doesn't have that many attempts as much as you would think. He's only averaging about 12 to 13 carries a game.
He has made good use out of those carries. Huffman back to pass on first down, fires it over to the right side. It's caught by Miracle, who slides out of bounds inside the 30-yard line at about the 28, and another Redskin first down.
Real strong throw right there by Huffman. About a 15-yard out right there, run by Miracle. The ball was thrown just as Miracle was coming out of his cut, like you'd want to be able to do on that situation. It's only Miracle's second catch of the year, but again, Coach Moyer mixing it up a little bit against the Titans, showing some confidence in his senior signal caller.
And the Redskins came in the 9th ranked offense passing-wise in the Western Buckeye League. Here's Cockrell off the left side. He's going to pick up positive yards down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, Huffman right about at the 100-yard mark passing for the game, and he only averages about 80 yards a game passing. So Coach Moore really showing that they can be dangerous in multiple facets of the game.
6-yard pickup for Cockrell on first down. Good, the lone wideout. He lines up to the left of Huffman under center, and it'll be Cameron Locke who takes the handoff. He's met at the line of scrimmage, and not much there for Cameron Locke on that second down carry.
Connor Blossom, the big senior for OG, able to get in the backfield and be able to make the play there, and now bringing up a third down for the Redskins.
So it'll be 3rd and short.
Got Landon Hall coming in for Cockrell. Cockrell was kind of dinged up for a little bit where he was still playing, but they really kind of spelled him a little bit offensively with Landon Hall, and he's been pretty effective in the backfield as well.
2 receivers to the left. Huffman fires it out to the right side, a little bit behind Cameron Locke, and it goes off his hands and is picked off. And down the far sideline, out across the 35. And it looks like they're going to mark him down near the 31-yard line, but an interception, and the Redskins give the ball back to OG.
Yeah, and as accurate as he has been, he was 6 for 7 going before that pass was Huffman. Ball behind Locke just a little bit, tipped it up in the air, and that is Huffman's second interception thrown on the season. So the Redskins with their second turnover of the game with only 2 turnovers coming in, and we'll see if the Titans can capitalize.
So the two teams trade interceptions on their first possessions of the second half. And the handoff to Neese to the left side. He cuts it back to the middle of the field, and he'll go down close to a first down at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, kind of surprisingly, Neese has been the best offense so far, as Utterbrinks only has 39 yards passing so far coming into the half so far. Considering that they average nearly 200 yards a game, that's quite low. But Connor Neese, 6th in the Western Buckeye League in rushing, has been able to find some room against this defense.
2nd down and 1 now. Unterbrink will hand it off to Neese, who goes off the left side. He's got the first down. He has midfield, and he's pushed out of bounds by Locke at about the 49-yard line on the Redskins side of the field.
Yeah, the Wapak defense is 2nd in the Western Buckeye League, surrendering only 126 yards on the ground for each game. And the OG is only 7th in Western Buckeye League rushing, so, kind of surprising that's been working so well for them.
3 receivers sat here for Unterbrink out of that pistol formation. He will lob it out to the near side where it's caught by Garcia. He finds some space inside the 45, down to the 44-yard line of the Redskins.
Yeah, Garcia been the most targeted player so far for the Titans. That's his 4th catch. Utrip, as you mentioned, was actually the leading receiver, 3rd in the Western Buckeye League, yet to catch a pass so far. And Logan McDermott's actually 6th in the Western Buckeye League in receiving.
Yeah, we really haven't called either of their names a lot. If we've called Utrip's name, it's been for carrying the ball. And he lines up in the backfield on the left side of Underbrink on this 2nd down and 4. And it'll be Underbrink to keep it himself. He's going to be hit, and he'll go down inside the 40-yard line, close to a 1st down.
Yeah, nice actually play right there. He's hit by Landon Hall at the 42-yard line. Instead, he was able to squirt to his left a little bit and get to the 40, get a couple extra yards. And now this is going to bring up a 3rd and probably less than 1.
Mm-hmm. OG putting together a possession here. They haven't really moved the ball all that well since their opening possession.
Oh, and I tell you, one of the reasons why they're moving the ball well is they're going to kind of more of a pass rushing lineup is the Wapak defense. More on that in a minute.
3 receiver set, and it'll be Neese up the middle. He's going to be stopped short of the 1st down as they'll spot him at the 40-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not sure that's a real good spot. I think Neese was up there, at the 39-yard line, then got pushed back, and they're marking it where he kind of got pushed back too. So he didn't get any hometown spot right there.
Right. And it'll put his offense in a 4th down situation here. 4th down and about a yard. And the Redskin faithful comes to life on the near side of the field.
And Coach Moyer making an adjustment with the short yardage, puts Logan Ricker back out there to get another big defensive lineman in.
So OG will come to the line of scrimmage. 4th and 1. And the handoff to Neese, and he will dive forward. It'll be close, but it looks like he has the 1st down.
And again, I'm a little bit of a traditionalist. I don't always like these, pistols and shotguns with these 3rd and 4th and really short. I don't mind being under center and just kind of sneak it and move the ball. But, that's not what a lot of teams do nowadays. But it was good enough for the Titans to be able to get the 1st down. So their drive continues. Their 2nd, 4th down conversion of the game.
I know what you're saying, Paul, because it seems like it's counterproductive to take the ball 4 yards deep to get 1 yard forward. Here, Neese will try to find the corner on the left side, and he's going to be shut down for a loss.
Yeah, so the last 3 plays have been very effective for the Redskins against this Titan running offense. As you mentioned there, Jared Cockrell comes from the middle linebacker spot on a beeline to be able to make the tackle for loss.
2nd down and 11 now, under 6 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Redskins still with a 21-10 lead, trying to improve to 8-0.
But one of the reasons why they're running the ball is they're only going with 3 down linemen. There's not even their bigger players. Corey Crawford, the only one that really is a really big guy, and he is a really big guy.
Neese finds a hole to the left side, inside the 35 to the 34. Gain of 7 yards on the carry.
So having that nickel back in there really helps defend the pass, which is the reason why they're doing so well defending the passing game of the top-ranked passing team in the Western Buckeye League. But they're having some success on the ground because of that.
Well, 3rd down and 4 coming up now as they spot the ball at the 34-yard line of the Redskins. This drive started back at the OG 31 following the interception. Underbrink moves Neese off to his left a little bit. And now will fake the handoff and keep it himself. He goes up the middle of the field, and he's going to be swarmed under after picking up the 1st down to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, running the zone read right there. Was able to see that they're going to take Neese, so Underbrink cuts up the middle. He's a running threat you have to take consideration of. Has 200 yards on the season. Not by far their biggest threat, but if you don't pay attention, he can hurt you.
3 receivers out there, 2 to the right and 1 to the left. They've been using this formation a lot on this possession. Handoff Neese, left side. And he's going to be hit near the line of scrimmage, but he'll fall forward for a gain of about 5.
So the best looking drive so far for the Titans since the opening drive where they went 74 yards. As I mentioned, they only had 51 yards since that, and they have matched that here for this drive. And they desperately need to pay off with points, preferably with getting in the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Second down and 5 now for the Titans. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff Meese. He's hitting the backfield, and he's going to be dropped for a loss as Miracle and Cockrell got to him and drag him down to set up a 3rd down and long.
A lot of penetration. Miracle, not your typical nose guard or interior lineman at 175 pounds, able to get into the backfield and make the tackle for loss.
So they spot that one back out to the 22-yard line, and a 3rd down and 6 coming up.
So real interesting to see what Coach Schreiner has been very, very ground-based so far and got away from the pass almost exclusively, but this is kind of a passing down. We'll see what they do.
Underbrink out of the pistol. He is back to pass, fires it over to the left side, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds by Huffman, who made a great diving effort to knock that one away from McDermott.
Yeah, you mentioned that, McDermott being targeted. And the 6'6" long-armed reach of Aaron Huffman, able to knock that away when it looked like there was a little bit of a window to be able to get the ball there. This brings up another 4th down, which they've already converted a 4th down on this drive.
4th and 6, ball at the Redskin 22-yard line. 4 receivers set now as they move Utrip out of the backfield and into the slot on the left side. Redskin crowd coming to life. Underbrink steps up, fires it right side, and it is broken up at the 2-yard line. And Elsas there for the defensive play.
Yeah, they're looking for Jay Garcia, and missed opportunity for the Titans where they got the turnover, had a promising drive, but they're going to come up empty. And the Redskins defense with yet another stop.
So a big stop there for the defense of the Redskins, and their offense will come back out onto the field. It was an interception for Aaron Huffman that gave the Titans the ball there and ended their last possession. And it will be Cockrell up the middle of the field, and he'll dive across the 30 and pick up a 1st down on the first play of this drive out to the 34-yard line.
Now, with the exception of putting the ball on the ground on his first carry, Cockrell's has been really good for 7 to 11 yards on every one of his carries, running between the tackles.
So the Redskins trying to take advantage of that stop by their defense. Good and Miracle out to the left. It'll be Locke. He finds some space up the middle, spins, stays on his feet, brings it to the near side, and he's got a blocker. He's across midfield, makes a cut at the 40, another at the 30, and he'll be wrestled out of bounds as he gets to the 21-yard line.
It's just going back and forth about 3-4 times, running up Ethan Good trying to desperately get a block for him downfield. Is almost just giving some traffic to Cameron Locke. But once again, a big run by Locke now puts them into Titan field position.
Yeah, it almost seemed like Good didn't know which way to go to stay out of his way.
Well, one thing they're kind of coached is, don't even worry about the ball carrier. Just continue to block, and that's that ball carrier's responsibility to make the cut and then stick with it.
Well, a 1st down and 10 at the 21-yard line, and it will be Cockrell up the middle of the field inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Yep, running the trap play right there, and truthfully, even though that's a fairly good game, that's probably the best that they've done in containing Cockrell on the run so far.
Just a couple of yards on the 1st down carry. We're under 2 minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter as these two teams have traded punches, but neither has been able to score here in this 3rd quarter. Here is Locke off the left side. He's got space, 5 and house. Touchdown, Cameron Locke.
And that was really sprung by Corey Crawford. The pulling tackle from the other side really sealed his man, and Cameron Locke cut to the outside and scooted for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
So Cameron Locke with the 18-yard touchdown run caps that drive for the Redskins, and Tristan Meyer will be on to attempt the extra point.
An 18-yard run might end up giving them an 18-point lead.
It's all about the numbers, Paul. Meyer's kick is up, and it is good. 1:31 left in the third quarter of play here in Ottawa, and the Redskins opening up their lead 28-10. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio. Play 78 yards and a Cameron Locke touchdown run, and the Redskins now lead 28-10 as Tristan Meyer tees it up to kick it away. It will be fielded by McDermott, and he is back across the 20, and that's about as far as he's going to get. So OG will start their next possession at the 21-yard line. And Paul, Cameron Locke, the key to this offense most weeks, he's having another big night.
Yes, he's at 185 yards rushing and over 200 all-purpose yards when you include returns and receiving. His second touchdown of the game, and more importantly, the Titans, who were down 2 scores, was down in Redskin territory, unable to cash in, and then go ahead and give up a fairly quick response touchdown for the Redskins, who are now up by 3 scores, and with 1:24 left, opportunities are going to start running out here for the Titans.
Right. Cameron Locke is the all-purpose yards leader in the Western Buckeye League. As this pass over the middle is caught and then dropped, and Elsas dives on it at the 26-yard line, and that is not what OG wanted to see happen on that play.
No, and things are starting to go bad here for the Titans as a fumble off the slip screen turns into great field position once again for the Redskins, and I think Coach Moore is smelling a little bit of blood.
Well, it's a big opportunity for the Redskins to put this one nearly out of reach.
And again, with a win here, they're going to put a lot of distance between them and the rest of the Western Buckeye League. Only Salina would be within a game yet, and that's a team they've already beaten with 2 games left to play.
Back to pass is Huffman. Has time, now holds it, and will keep it himself. He goes to the near sideline, and he'll go out of bounds near the 20. Probably a 6-yard pickup on that run.
Real good decision by Huffman. He was back to pass, and as mentioned, a lot of times when you turn the ball over, some coaches like to be very aggressive and kind of go for it all, and that's what Coach Moyer's thinking was. But his senior makes a heady play, doesn't force anything, instead tucks the ball and gets about 4 or 5 yards.
Yep, officially 4 yards as they spot that one at the 23. One wide out to the far side of the field as Huffman under center takes the snap and hands it off to Locke. Locke looks for the corner, and he finds some space. He'll get down to around the 15-yard line. A gain of about 6 on the play.
It appears it's just going to be just a good yard short off on that, so it's going to bring up third, and we're going to say a long one.
Mm-hmm. And for the Redskins now, they're 7-0 right now, looking to go at 8-0 tonight. That leaves them with 2 matchups left. The big rivalry game against St. Mary's next week, which we'll have for you as our feature game. And then after that, they wrap up the season at Van Wert. Here's the handoff, Cockrell up the middle, and he picks up the first down. For OG, their remaining games, and it's not easy for them either. Elida on the road next week, and then back home here to Titan Stadium and hosting St. Mary's.
Yeah, that's a game that we'll do. We'll be back here 2 weeks from now to be able to cover that game where, both those teams have playoff aspirations. But more importantly for right now, the Redskins look to be taking control firmly in the Western Buckeye League.
3 quarters into books here from Ottawa, and the Redskins in command, 28-10. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
TSC can save you money.
How?
TSC can save you money with Emerge.
What's Emerge?
The Emerge bundle plan. TSC will merge your phone, cable TV, and internet into one nice, neat package to save you money.
How much money?
A boatload. The Merge Bundle Plan, only from TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
28-10, the Redskins with the lead as we are back for the start of the final frame here in Ottawa. And the Redskins really distancing themselves in the third quarter. They were up 21-10 at the break, but they have put together one strong drive in the third quarter and now moving into Titan territory on about the 15-yard line here to start this fourth quarter.
Well, they survived that turnover on the interception to start the third quarter. Had the touchdown drive and now look to try to get some more here.
The handoff goes straight up the middle, and Cockrell will bring it down to about the 12. So a gain of 4 on the play. This drive started back in the OG 27-yard line after a fumble by OG on the first play of their possession.
So the Redskins looking to try to see if they can cash in on that turnover. So surprisingly, both these teams so good at protecting the football, turning it over a few times tonight.
Handoff, Cameron Locke going to the right side, and he'll go down at the 5-yard line after picking up a first down.
And they're right with them. You see Tyler Jenkins, the sophomore, getting a lot of playing time at the guard position. And seems to be kind of suited to pulling a lot as opposed to base blocking for Coach Moyer's offense.
So first and goal at the 5-yard line for the Redskins. And they have moved the ball efficiently on this possession. Good lines up wide to the left. He's already caught one touchdown pass tonight. Huffman under center. Takes the snap, handoff, Locke looking for the corner, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown.
And that might be just enough to kind of put this out of reach for the Titans, who, again, at one point did lead the game here against the Redskins, but that's the third touchdown of the evening for Cameron Locke, his league-leading 22nd touchdown overall.
Seems like he throws together 3 touchdowns almost every week.
And with this extra point, they'll be right at their average of 35 points a game. And again, OG's defense only was giving up 11.7 points a game coming in.
Myers' extra point is up and through. And with 10:42 left in this game, Wapakoneta in control, 35-10. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Where is that TSC bill? How can I pay it if I can't find it?
You don't need the bill. You can pay it online at telcirco.com.
Wasn't there a special this month?
Yes, we got it from TSC's Facebook page.
I know I've got the announcement for the club here somewhere.
I just sent it to TSC to air on Channel 2. With telcirco.com, Facebook, Channel 2, and their newsletter, TSC makes it easy to stay connected.
Now, if they could just help me clean up my desk.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Another strong drive by the Wapakoneta Redskins. Ends with a 5-yard Cameron Locke run, his 3rd touchdown of the night. And gives the Redskins a 35-10 lead.
Yeah, 6-play drive right there, 27 yards, one of the shorter ones of the game, but just good enough for another 7 points.
Myers' kick is a line drive. It will skip at the 20-yard line, get by the return man McDermott, who goes back to field it at the 5, and he is going to be hemmed in there. And that's going to be poor starting field position for OG, and they are already in a hole.
Yeah, all kind of going downhill for the Titans. Things not going their way in this big matchup coming in as this impressive performance by the Redskins. So poor starting field position for the Titans here in this fourth quarter.
Paul, you were talking about the averages for this Redskins team scoring-wise, and you mentioned they're right at their averages.
They're right at their average for about both. They average 35 points a game. They're at 35, and defensively they give up 8 points a game, and they're at 10. So kind of right at statistically where it says it should be.
Right. Well, OG in a hole on the scoreboard now finds themselves deep in their own territory. They start this possession at their own 5-yard line. Utrip in motion across the backfield. It'll be Neese with the carry, and he goes off the right side. Looks like he'll find his way up to about the 10-yard line. 5-yard pickup for Neese.
And while this win, which I know there's still a lot of time left, but provided the Wapak holds on to this, gives them a very strong hold on the Western Buckeye League with 2 games left to go. Where they would have defeated the other 2 teams with only 1 loss, being the Salina Bulldogs, and then this would be the Titans' second loss, which would virtually eliminate them from Western Buckeye League championship opportunity. The Redskins looking to go back-to-back in the Western Buckeye League championship, big, and that's a big hit right there.
That was a big hit.
And that would be the first time in school history for Wapak if they're able to pull off the Western Buckeye League. So Coach Moyer with a tremendous, entrance to the Western Buckeye League here, inheriting, a tremendous team and bringing them to heights where they haven't seen before.
He has an impressive resume. That tackle for loss makes it a 3rd down and 6 as Neese was stopped at the 9-yard line. 4 receiver set for the Titans here on 3rd down.
Yeah, passing down, and the Titans have not been very strong passing the ball tonight, surprisingly.
Unterbrink back to pass, fires it out to the near side where it's caught and then dropped. He trying to connect with Wyraw, and it would have been just enough for a 1st down, but an incomplete pass brings up a 4th down and a punt situation for the Titans.
So again, you got to credit the defensive approach of the Redskins for just doing a great job against this great OG Titan offense. They came into this game averaging only giving up 93 yards through the air tonight. And going against the top-rated passing team has really taken them out of what they want to do first.
Unterbrink under some pressure there, gets the kick away, and it'll be fielded by Stiles at about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Maddox Lyles in there kind of spelling Cameron Locke. Kind of a very sure-handed junior.
Just about 9 minutes to play in this one, and the Redskins will have great field position to start their next possession. They will line it up at the Ottawa 43-yard line. And the Redskins in this half have had 3 possessions so far. The first one ended with the interception. The next 2 ended with touchdowns. Two receivers set here as Copeland lines up wide to the right. And the handoff goes up the middle for a couple of yards. Cameron Locke with the carry.
Yeah, tackle trap right there, trying to run Cameron Locke up the middle. Generally, we see him kind of stretching to the outside, then finding a crease and cutting. But you got to keep teams honest, and you do that by running plays like that, even with Locke up the middle.
Well, Aaron Huffman coming over to the sideline to get the play directly from his head coach. And the Redskins not in a huge hurry here.
No, in fact, the sideline's telling them, hey, take your time.
So the play clock down under 20 seconds before the Redskins break the huddle. One receiver to each side. Miracle wide to the near side. Good wide to the far side left. And it will be Locke again up the middle of the field. Inside the 40 down to about the 37-yard line.
Good yardage for Locke right there, but usually that's what you try to do against him, is try to bring some penetration on the outside to try to force him to cut back early, and then hopefully your pursuit coming from the inside has the opportunity to take him down early. Still, he was able to find a crease enough to pick up some decent yardage, but this does bring up a 3rd and 4.
Redskins set up at the OG 37. And no matter what happens with this play, as Cockrell takes it up the middle, he gets down inside the 35, a little bit shy of the first down, probably about 2 yards.
Yeah, Cockrell actually had to kind of step over his guard Loudon right there at the line of scrimmage, and this is going to bring up a 4th and short, and given the situation, you're just going to go for this.
They bring Jacob Cockrell into the game.
And Jake is the other tight end, so they're going to go with the double tight end set.
Huffman will be under center. Locke and Cockrell in the backfield, and it will be Cockrell. He's hitting the backfield, still on his feet, though. And he'll go down at the 35-yard line. The ball came loose, but the official saying he was down. And the ball will go over to OG on downs.
And Connor Blossom and then Jay Kaufman, both of them get in there to be able to break up that 4th down. So victory right there for the Titan defense to get the stop.
Yeah, they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. And for OG, they need some positive things to happen for them offensively here on these last few possessions, just to take something away from this game. They have not had anything go their way offensively since the first half.
Well, the way it kind of shakes out for the Titans, this would be their 2nd loss of the season, and they only lost 2 last year, but the way that their region shook out in their non-conference was not able to make the playoffs even at 8-2. The way that things are being projected, however, this year is that they're still a pretty good favorite to be able to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They could probably even absorb another loss coming up down here. Obviously, that's not what they want to do, but the odds look really good for playoff football for both of these teams.
2nd and 8 after a couple of yards on 1st down. Underbrink out of the pistol, hands it off to Neese. He comes to the near side. He's across the 40, and he's tripped up there as Landon Hall comes in and takes him out.
And it would be hard to find a better linebacking core than Wapak has. Landon Hall is very strong. Jared Cockrell is very strong against the run as well. And Dylan Keel. Those three just continue to make plays, especially plays in space. Anytime the ball is kind of going to the outside, one of those guys have just the correct angle and the ability to take down a running back one-on-one.
3rd and 6 now. And Underbrink back to pass with time. He will tuck it now and run, and he gets across the 40 to the 42, and that is where he spun down. And Cockrell there to bring him to the turf.
And that was a perfect example right there. Underbrink had a little bit of space, but Cockrell, once he saw he was committed to the run, came sprinting up and is able to make the one-on-one tackle.
So a 4th down and 4 now. And they have Underbrink back standing at his own 30, set to kick this one away on a 4th down. That's the decent kick, and Lyles will let it go. No sense in trying to grab that one and have it go off your hands. So, won't be great starting field position, but the Redskins will have it at their own 15-yard line.
Wapak looking in this series to win. This will be their 5th out of the last 6 meetings to be able to win. Their 3rd in a row, and also their 3rd in a row here at Titan Stadium.
Well, OG scored, Paul, on 2 out of their first 3 possessions, and since then, punt, interception, turnover on downs, fumble, and punt.
Yeah, I think you got to give a lot of credit to Wapak. Just kind of figured some things out. I think they might have been a little surprised about the run-based attack of the Titans that first drive, and we're able to kind of surprise them then with the touchdown pass. But we see Marcus South running the ball for the Redskins, but. I think they really game planned to stop their passing attack, and they did an excellent job and be able to take down, again, the top-rated passing attack in the Western Buckeye League.
Loss of a couple of yards on that first down carry, so 2nd down and 12 coming up now. And 4 minutes to go in this one. Well, we have a big matchup, no matter what the records are, next week as St. Mary's comes into Wapakoneta. Coach Fry coming back to Wapakoneta.
All kinds of storylines right there, and obviously Doug Fry, despite the 2 losses in a row for the Rough Riders, got them back to where they belong in the top half of the Western Buckeye League. I know there's a lot of people who are hoping those things will be a battle for first place, but it's going to be a very interesting battle as it is, as 2 very talented, 2 very well-coached teams that just happen to be neighboring school districts in the same county are going to get after it next Friday.
Well, we should take a moment to thank our sponsors. They include the telephone service company, Minster Bank, G.A. Windsor and Son Company, Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom, Frost Roofing, the United Way, Stolly Insurance, and the Wapakoneta Family YMCA. Good, the lone wideout. He lines up to the left. 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 17-yard line for the Redskins. And the handoff goes to Miracle, and he will get back up to the 19-yard line, but only a couple of yards there, and a punt situation coming up for the Redskins.
Yeah, nice job tripping up there by Gavin Schnipke. Still playing hard and trying to execute there are the Titans defense as they're going to force a 4th down. We'll see if Coach kind of bleeds the play clock down here a little bit and makes a decision. Yes, he does put out the punt team.
So just over 2 minutes to go in this one. Nice will be back to receive it. And we mentioned the Redskins, they have 2 left on the schedule. The big one next week against St. Mary's, and then they are on the road in Van Wert.
And don't sleep on Van Wert. Van Wert has shown that they can play with anybody.
Kick is away. It'll be fielded at midfield by Nice. Brings it to the far side of the field. He finds a lane. He's down inside the 40. Cuts it to the far sideline. And he is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, OG. The official lost his footing. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make that call or not.
And for the first time since the first quarter, the Titans find the end zone and get on the board. Connor Nice, our player to watch beforehand, we knew that he was going to be all over the field, offensively, defensively, and in the return game. And he was able to, with the punt return, get the Titans back a little bit closer.
So ball will be out to attempt the extra point. Hold is down, the kick is up, and it is up and good. So with 1:42 left in this one, Redskins lead trimmed down to 35-17, but the Redskins still in control here in Ottawa. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
TV everywhere.
TV everywhere?
That's right, everywhere. You can watch TV from your tablet, your phone, your laptop, any mobile device, anywhere you want.
Laundromat?
Yes.
Grocery store?
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
What if I wanted to watch TV at home?
All your favorite networks all the time. It's TV everywhere from TSC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
1:42 left in this one. A 50-yard punt return by Connor Neese gets the Titans a little closer. They still trail 35-17. And do you try the onside kick here, Paul?
Yeah, I definitely do, as Wapak is expecting that with their hands team.
And they do. And Lyles got a hand on it. It'll slip away from him, but it looks like white jerseys on top of it at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, well, now, Pyle, maybe we can see who actually did get up there, but Lyles not able to hold on to that cleanly. That might have been Jace Copeland might have ended up coming up with that, but a pretty good onside kick opportunity. Had a couple skips. Sometimes you want to get a higher skip if you'd like to, but still pretty well executed. It looks like we're going to have full-scale changes here, at least for the Redskins on offense. He's got Manny Voorhees at quarterback, and it looks like an entirely new group out there.
Voorhees getting a signal from Coach Moyer on the near sideline before he trots out onto the field.
And on the same vein, we'd like to thank Athletic Director Tyson McLaughlin for Ottawa Glandorf for making sure he got us these rosters.
Right. Full rosters.
Full rosters.
Which we appreciate. We also want to thank our crew here in Ottawa, John Peak and Nick Bailey. And here is the carry off to the right side, and that is Gertzner. And they'll spot him up to the 50-yard line.
So I'm not sure if anyone really expected, with this big marquee matchup to see, the youngsters getting some experience here under the Friday Night Lights. But here they are with about 1:15 left, getting some opportunities against one of the better teams in the Western Buckeye League.
Well, and a lot more scoring, Paul, than we were thinking coming into this game.
Yeah, again, these two teams were the top two defenses in terms of scoring, only giving up a total of 18, 19 points between them. And they're going to end up with 52 points scored between them.
Voorhees under center, and the handoff. Gertzner again, and not much there this time. He's going to be stopped for a loss. Back to the 49-yard line. So under 40 seconds to play in this one. And the Redskins impressive here tonight.
Yeah, and this is going to extend a lot of streaks. This will be their 24th consecutive Western Buckeye League win, their 26th consecutive regular season win, and Coach Moyer's individual winning streak, including Bucyrus Winford in the regular season, goes to 76. But most importantly, this gives the Redskins basically full control in the Western Buckeye League as they move to 7-0 overall, and OG drops down to 5-2 in the Western Buckeye League.
Well, a strong performance again tonight for the Wapakoneta Redskins as they improve to 8-0 here in Ottawa. We'll be back to wrap this one up. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
We are state of the art.
We are professional.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great day. We are service you can trust.
We are here for you.
With custom fabrication, a variety of roofing options, and exceptional roofing knowledge and expertise, Frost Roofing is committed to providing top-notch quality service on every project. To learn more, visit us online at frost-roofing.com and follow us on social media.
welcome into the Game Face Ohio post-game show after an impressive performance by the Wapakoneta Redskins here in Ottawa as they improved to 8-0 and 7-0 inside league play and knock off the Ottawa Glandorf Titans and force them down to 6-2 and 5-2 inside league play. The Redskins scoring early, and the OG answered right back, but the Redskins kind of took control in the first half and went into the locker room with a 21-10 lead. In the second half, the Redskins scored again in the third quarter, but not until late in the third quarter. Only a minute and 31 seconds remaining. A 4-play, 78-yard drive and an 18-yard run by Cameron Locke, his second touchdown of the night, gave the Redskins a 28-10 lead. And then in the fourth quarter, Redskins scoring again at the 10:42 mark, a 6-play, 27-yard drive and a 5-yard touchdown run by Cameron Locke, his third of the night, gives the Redskins a 35-10 lead. OG held out of the end zone and off the scoreboard altogether since the first quarter. They get a 50-yard punt return for a touchdown by Connor Neese at the 1:42 mark in the fourth quarter, and that finished off the scoring. And our final score here tonight, 35-17 in favor of the Redskins. Paul, an impressive performance by the Redskins tonight, and they come away with another league win.
Sure was, and also it was reflected in the statistics as total yardage. Walpock had 383 yards compared to 190 for OG. Had them doubled up in first downs, 14-7. Turnovers were even at 2. And just kind of all around, they kind of had their way. OG had 2 decent drives and even only scored on one of those. Looking at the individual numbers, we'll start with OG. Zach Utterbrink was 8 for 16 passing, but only for 55 yards. Connor Neese was over the 100-yard mark rushing with 105 on 19 carries. Jay Garcia had 6 of those 8 completions, but only for 37 total yards. And the third leading receiver in the Western Buckeye League, Bryce Utrip, went without a reception. And as well as number 6 receiving threat in the Western Buckeye League, Logan McDermott, also did not have a catch. Over to Walpock, Aaron Huffman was 6 for 8 passing for 98 yards, had a touchdown, did have an interception. Cameron Locke, who's going to be our Owen Kitchen and Bath player of the game, had 209 yards with 3 touchdowns on 21 carries. Cockrell chipped in 64 yards and had a touchdown. Receiving, Ethan Good led the way with 3 catches for 33 yards.
So another strong win for the Redskins and keeps their undefeated season intact. And we will see them next week. Our feature broadcast will be the St. Mary's Rough Riders in Wapakoneta to take on these same Redskins. Our bonus game next week, Salina at Shawnee. So we want to thank our crew here tonight, John Peak and Nick Bailey. And for Paul Sadler, I'm Dan Hearn. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Again, the final score here tonight, the Redskins 35 and the Titans 17. You've been watching it on Game Face Ohio.